What's up guys, welcome back to another video. I know it's been a while since the last one, but I thought as we've come a long way into the season so far, it's about the end of December, thought we should check out 6 things nobody saw coming this season. Just thought I'd check out this video and see what he's saying.
One of the best parts of the NBA over the last few seasons has been the fact that there have consistently been teams and players coming out of nowhere, surprising us with their play. Every team and individual player.
Yeah, Timberwolves are one of those teams. Anthony Edwards has been one of the flashiest players this season so far.
Either do way more or way less than expected. This brings us to today's video, where we'll be discussing 6 things in particular that nobody saw coming this season. These are the biggest surprises of the year so far, both the good and the bad.
Okay, that's good that he's doing that.
It turns out a good amount of you watching right now aren't even subscribed to the channel, so if you enjoy the content, consider hitting the subscribe button, as not only does it help out a ton, but it also very much appreciated. Now with that being said, let's begin. The first thing we'll be discussing today that nobody saw coming
in-season
is
tournament,
the Indiana Pacers,
and the Pacers have been like one of the best teams the whole season,
NBA history.
even though it's been 20
That's
games.
Right, you heard me correctly. So far, the Indiana Pacers have the best offense in the history of the league. This is, of course, measured through team offensive rating, which calculates the amount of points that a team generates per 100 possessions.
So first thing I'm going to say is, I know they've had the best offense, but I think the defense is one of the worst. And also, I feel like every season now there's a historic team offense-wise. Like, I think the Mavericks the last few seasons have been really good. The Bucks have also been really good, but the Pacers, especially this season, because of Tyrese Haliburton, catch the ball, run up the floor, pass it. He's averaging like 24 and 12 right now, which is amazing. But I think number one, this is a pretty good thing that people didn't expect. I don't remember putting this in my predictions.
The NBA record was just broken last year by the Sacramento Kings, who had an offensive rating of 119.4. And this year, the Pacers have an offensive rating of 123.6, blowing the old record out of the water. For reference, the gap between the Pacers and the former record-holding Kings is the same difference between the league's second best offense and 11th best offense this season.
Wow.
Obviously, there's still a lot of basketball to be played this season, but even if they don't hold on to the record by the end of the year,
look at his highlights. He's like, makes so much room.
Is definitely for real,
and his
something
technique is odd as well.
Needs to be worried about.
So the passing is like all
has been
time.
putting on a point guard masterclass this season, finding the perfect balance between creating for himself and others. The team around him loves to move without the ball, get out in transition, cut back door, and find open spaces to get quick shots.
Oh, look at that!
And they play at the fastest
in that Celtics game.
With this
Celtics game, he shot. He'd be like 1 foot on the ground and falling over, and it'd be some weird technique, but it'd somehow go in.
Of play style, it does unfortunately
like, it doesn't look good, but it's a good shot.
Defense, as they are currently ranked second to last on that end of the floor this year. But at the very least, their games are very fun and entertaining. The next thing nobody saw coming this year is how pathetic the
Grizzlies look
without Ja Morant. I've already discussed.
I said they'd be fine. I'm pretty sure.
Oh my god, bro!
Oh, hell no. 20 games, they can get enough wins and get them to the first round, which is going to be important for them.
But it obviously needs to be discussed in a video like this because of how shocking they've looked.
Ja's back though in like a few weeks, that's good.
Back-to-back years in the Western Conference, and Ja Morant has missed quite a bit of time throughout those seasons. In the past, the Grizzlies have been able to maintain playing at a high level in his absence, but this year, they sank fast, as they're currently the 2nd worst team in the West, and the 4th worst team record-wise in the whole league. I know they're not just missing Ja Morant, as Steven Adams is also unfortunately done for the year, and other rotational pieces have struggled with the injury bug too, but in the past, the team has had a winning record in games played without Steven Adams.
That's what I thought,
so it's hard
and without Ja,
the
last season they were like 20 and 20
excuse,
or something.
especially when Desmond Bane and Jaren Jackson Jr. are still out there every night. The loss of Tyus Jones clearly hurt them way more than anticipated. Their younger players aren't quite looking ready for bigger roles, and now they've dug themselves a nearly impossible hole to get out of when Morant gets back. The next thing nobody saw coming this season is the 76ers offense actually improving without James Harden. Last season, Joel Embiid won the MVP.
I don't know. Just the way Harden plays, I think it's too easy to predict at this point in his career. Like with Embiid, he's very good at post-ups, and I think Maxey having a bigger role is way better that Harden's gone, just because it's a different offense now. Like Harden said the thing, oh, he's a system, not like such and such. Like, I just think team basketball right now every team's got good players. Not like back in the day, maybe you see like 2 or 3 guys carrying the team. I think now, even with the Grizzlies being bad, they've got like a good starting lineup. But I think just you need systems now because the NBA is so good. Like the best players have the best teams. Not like back in the day, maybe you just see some guy carry somebody. You can't do that in the NBA anymore, as we saw when the Nuggets won last season.
MVP award and his second straight scoring title alongside the elite playmaking
Shouldn't have got
talent that
MVP.
Harden provided, as he led the league in assists. When Harden left for LA, you probably would have expected the Sixers to get a bit of a boost defensively while struggling more offensively, while the guys adjust to the new roles that they're in. But what has actually happened is quite the opposite.
Yeah, they're doing very well.
I discussed earlier that the Indiana Pacers
I think
are
Embiid's
breaking
averaging like
records offensively
33,
as
like
the
he's the
number
top
one
scorer
ranked
so
offense in
far.
the league, but the Sixers are actually the ones right behind them, ranked number 2 on offense, putting up 120.9
I gotta watch more Sixers games
per
though.
100 possessions. New head coach Nick Nurse has come in and successfully maximized the talent of both Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid, and when they're on the court together, they've been incredibly difficult to stop. Both Embiid and Maxey have taken on more playmaking and facilitating
Maxey's
in the
too
offense,
fast
and
to
as a result,
catch up
they're
with,
both
honestly.
averaging career highs in assists. Maxey is also taking another leap
I think
as
he's
a
averaging
scorer,
like 24.
putting up 27 points per game while maintaining
27.
his incredible efficiency. Joel Embiid
Okay,
is
then.
leading the race
That's
for
why
the
the
scoring
number 2
title
in
for
offense.
a third consecutive year as well on top of it. Before the year started, most analysts worried this could be the season that things crumble in Philadelphia, but now they're positioned to get themselves right back into the conversation at the top.
Hey, if Embiid gets another MVP, I don't know how that sits with people, because Giannis will have 2, Jokic will have 2, Embiid will have 2, and I'll say, like, he hasn't made it, I think, to conference finals yet in his career. So I don't know how people are gonna say how Embiid's career is going to end up, because people are already saying he should like move teams, and I don't know. I think whoever gets the best record will probably just get MVP, because the Bucks started off slow. They're doing really good now. Giannis is averaging like 31 and 11 or something, or like 60%. Embiid's averaging 33. Jokic is averaging near a triple double, but Jamal Murray's missed like I think 15 games because of an ankle injury. So maybe that will give him MVP, because I think that's how I got it the other season. I'm not sure.
The next thing nobody saw coming so far this season is Jaime Jaquez of the Miami Heat being a top 5 rookie. This year's draft class came into the league with a lot of hype, but when you look at the guys taken at the top of the draft, there are only
He's been
a
really
small
good as well.
handful of players making an immediate positive impact. Victor Wembanyama has been sensational on both ends and looks as advertised. Brandon Miller has been playing like a solid two-way wing. Asar Thompson is playing like one of the best perimeter defenders in the whole league. And Chet Holmgren, who is technically a rookie, is blocking a lot of shots and scoring the ball well in Oklahoma City. The rest, however, need
A lot of questions around
work.
Victor versus
Jaquez,
Chet,
who
because
was
Chet's been
drafted
in the league for a
18th
year,
overall
technically,
by
you
the
know.
Miami Heat, has been stepping up big time on a Miami team in desperate need of more shot creation.
I think he's been
They
really
struck
good,
out
but
on landing Damian
you can't
Lillard,
say super
and
unexpected.
Then Tyler Hero got injured.
Just because, yeah, Tyler Hero's been out, and he's probably gotten more shots than what he should have. And he's like 4 years in college or something. He's like a 23-year-old rookie. Look, we've seen this before. Maybe it's a bit like unexpected, but it's not the thing that you wouldn't see coming at all. Just with how the Heat play, like anybody can get their shots up on any night.
Early on this season, so Jaquez has gotten a ton of early opportunity, and he's made the most of it. On the season, he's averaging about 12 points, shooting 52% from the field and 39% from
Yeah,
the
with the
three,
way they play,
with
he's going to
3
get
games
opportunity
scoring 20
compared
or
to
more
other
points.
teams.
He's a 22-year-old rookie with crafty
There you go.
footwork and a natural knack for scoring the basketball from all 3 levels. If there's one thing that Miami knows how to do, it's maximize the talent of unheralded young players.
Exactly.
And they're
If you're
once
an
again
older
doing it
rookie,
here.
you're going to come
The
in
next
straight away and
thing
make a difference.
nobody saw coming is the Orlando Magic having the most
Oh,
well-balanced
this is
roster
surprising.
in the league.
They're like
The Magic are
second in the
currently
East or
second
something.
place in the Eastern
There you
Conference
go.
standings after missing the playoffs 3 seasons in a row.
But they're showing
during their
Paolo,
rebuild.
but he's not even. It's not like he's come out the gates this season. I think he's averaging the same on a little better efficiency. I think his efficiency was bad to start the season, but this is definitely a surprise considering who's on their team. Because I don't think I had them this high, like second in the East. I thought just gradual improvement because the league is so good lately, but like, so this is the most shocking one so far.
And with all of the young talent that they've accumulated, they now have a group that, top to bottom, is filled with players that can contribute in different roles and thrive. When I say that they comfortably go 12 deep in their rotation, I'm not exaggerating, as they actually do have 12 players who currently average at least 13 minutes of playing time per game.
Okay,
now,
then.
with that being said, both Markelle Fultz and Wendell Carter Jr. have missed a lot of games due to injury, but when they're back, they're going to have a good problem on their hands regarding whose minutes get reduced.
Cole Anthony and
because everybody
Jalen
is
Suggs
earning their minutes.
have been
Paolo
tearing it up
Banchero
lately.
and Franz Wagner are leading the way scoring the ball for the team. Jalen Suggs is emerging as a Marcus Smart regen on the defensive end. Cole Anthony is the team's third leading scorer in the sixth-man role. Gary Harris has been a solid 3-and-D wing. Goga Batadze and Mo Wagner are both giving them good minutes in Carter's absence. Jonathan Isaac is back on the court looking...
Yeah, that's great to see Jonathan Isaac back after like 3 years of injuries. But one thing I will say with the young teams like the Magic and OKC and somewhat the Timberwolves, the energy is always there. And compared to the Pistons, when you're not going to win a lot of games to start off your career, the energy needs to be there. You need to hustle. You need to play as a team straight away and build that chemistry. And I think this same group of players, like minus Paolo because he's second year, but this same group of guys now have been together for 2 or 3 seasons and they're building and building. So I think as long as they keep these guys together, they're all like 22, 23. I think they can be a really good team for a long time.
Like a truly elite defensive talent. Rookie Anthony Black has even looked like a defensive player early on that can make some noise, and Joe Ingles is the lone veteran of the group, knocking down threes and helping out in the
Joe
locker room.
Ingles has been good as
and
well.
And finally, the last
here we go,
thing
what I
nobody
said,
saw
just
coming
then.
that we'll be discussing today is the Minnesota Timberwolves emerging as real
They beat the
contenders
Celtics,
in
they beat the
West.
Nuggets.
The Minnesota Timberwolves are tied with
Like,
the Boston Celtics for the league's best
they're
record,
doing so good.
and they're in first place in the Western Conference. They also have the league's best ranked defense, which is something you haven't been able to say about a Timberwolves team in a very long time, after years of defensive struggles. Last offseason, they traded for Rudy Gobert, hoping to accomplish exactly this, but his first year with the team was filled
The energy
with a
right
ton
here,
of
Anthony
struggles
Edwards is
with
so
fit
good.
and chemistry, so coming into this season,
But
it was
Cat,
hard to
I
fully
think he's
buy
been
into
averaging
this
like
group. But
25
now, they seem to have it all figured
for like a
out.
string of games in a row.
Gobert is back in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation, and they've been
I
ready
gotta
to
watch
go
more though.
head-to-head
Look at
with
this.
anybody.
This is what Rudy was
Offensively,
doing
they
back in the
handed
day.
reins over to Anthony Edwards, who is averaging a career-high 26 points per game.
Wow.
Karl Anthony Towns has settled into a secondary offensive role and has actually been playing the best defense of his career too. Jaden McDaniels has also been a huge key to their defensive success, and Naz Reid is an amazing big man.
Naz
off the
Reid's
bench,
such a
so
fan
you can
favorite,
just
honestly.
tell things feel different
But
with this group.
this team,
and
yeah,
with that being said,
energy
that's
is
all I
there.
have for you today. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below what
Hey guys,
you
go
have
watch
been
this
most
video from
surprised
Hoops
by this
Reference.
season. Thanks for
Right
watching,
here.
and I'll see you all next time.
So my final thoughts, I think all the points he made were really good. A couple I talked about, I knew about. Obviously, you can see the chemistry's there with these teams. But for the most part, each and every season now that I follow the NBA becomes more and more unexpected. Like more and more you don't think that's going to happen. And I think the NBA is going in the right direction because every team plays like a team. Every team's got players. Like you said with the Grizzlies being very bad, I think they started off 0-5, but I think they've won like 6 games now, which isn't that good at all. So that was it, guys. Thanks for watching this video. Sorry I was gone for a while, but over this December period into January, I'm going to try and upload more. Going to get around to the All-Star stuff when the votes come out, tell you guys about my picks. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.